Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boxing Unlimited, and today we're going to be talking about the fight coming up on the 29th of this month. It's a fight between Brian Norman and Cuevas, and the title involved is for the WBO welterweight title. This fight, we're going to talk about the tactics and the predictions in this fight. Is both boxers, to be honest with you, both boxers are not known boxers, even though it's a title fight. And Norman is not that popular. He just won the title. And after Terence Crawford is dropped, they moved up to light middleweight. These are titles that came out. Now, Norman is the WBO champion. He's going to fight Cuevas. Norman is 24 years old. He's had 26 fights and 20 by knockout. And Cuevas, on the other hand, has had 19 knockouts. He's lost one. He's drawn one in 27 fights. To be honest with you, a lot of people might not tune up for this fight, but this fight is going to be a blast, I hope, because of the way the system both fighters fight. Norman reminds me of Sean Porter and Leon Spence. This guy swamps you like a bee. He doesn't allow you to fight your fight. Pushes you to the back foot and release combinations on combinations and combinations. He's fast, he's got speed, he's got punches, he's a tough guy. He comes after you, but the problem is he's a shorter guy, and I believe he should be going to the body more. But he's a headhunter, and I hope he hears this and changes, and it's going to help him in his career. Because if you look at Porter, that is what Porter did. Porter comes to your head, come to your head, but to your body, sorry, and then come to your head and come to your body again. That is why he was successful in his career, and he's the person he is. He's relentless, and I see the same thing. I see the same hunger in Norman. But Cuevas is not well known. But Cuevas is heavy-handed from his record. He's fought 27 fights. He's lost one and drew one, and he has 19 knockouts, almost similar to what Norman had. So it's gonna be a bang. It's gonna be a blast for those two boys, two young men, and we hope the fight comes up and comes up because it's been postponed a couple of times and it's been postponed before. But talking about the tactics, for Cuevas to have a chance, he has to manage distance, space, and gap, because Norman is open to counters if you're a disciplined boxer. Norman comes with that pressure with his head down your chest and he's coming up. If you take a step backwards and then come with a right uppercut or a left hook when he's on balance, but you have to be very attentive. You have to pay attention to his balancing. When he's coming in that way, he's rushing in. You take a foot back or sideways and then come with a punch and then rock him. Rock him and then put him out of place and then deliver punches and punches and punches, depending on where you go. Go to the body, to the head, and everything. Norman, on the other hand, for Cuevas to have a chance again, he has to make sure he puts Norman on the back foot. Norman can fight on the back foot, no doubt about it. He's been to the Olympics, he's been a good amateur fighter. He can fight on the back foot, but you have to be very careful what you want. And he doesn't really enjoy fighting on the back foot. And for you to beat Norman in this fight, Cuevas, we're talking to you in no particular order. You need to upset him, you need to upset his breathing and make him uncomfortable. And how do you make him uncomfortable? Push him out of his comfort zone. And his comfort zone is that rushing into you, coming below you, and throwing his combinations and punches and never let you set up your punches at all. He will never allow you rest. If you watch the fight of Leon Spence against Muhammad Ali in 1978, the first fight, he never allowed Muhammad Ali to do anything. He upset the rhythm of Muhammad Ali, made him uncomfortable, make him back away, for Cuevas to win this fight, he has to come from that angle. But I'm talking about both of them. We're talking about in no particular order for both of them. But if Norman wants to win, Norman will have to use his system. It's predictable, and he's open to counters. He should have known that. He should know that. His father is his coach, his trainer, and I believe they will map up a system to win Cuevas, because Norman is young. He's 24 years. He's going to come with that speed. He's got speed as well. He's got venom in his punches as well. You can see he's only had 6 in 25. He's had in 26 fights. He's had 20 knockouts. So he can bang, but it depends on the quality of opposition that he had. That we have to talk about that. No doubt about that. But Norman, we're not going to say they're not going to take anything away from you. You're a world champion. You have to come from the front foot. Norman is used to coming from the front foot. But the question we're going to ask you today is, we expect you to come to the comment section and tell us what you feel about that. If Cuevas do not allow Norman to come through the front foot, what is the other method? Does Norman have another system of fighting? That is a very big question. Well, we'll ask this question again. If Cuevas do not allow Brian Norman to come through the front foot, make him fight on the back foot, does he have other plans? Is he going to be the same thing as what happened to Errol Smith, Spence, and Crawford? We'll ask this question then when the fight was being made. We said, what would they have? Because every time you ask Errol Spence, then how are you going to beat Crawford? You say, look, I'll mash him down, push him back, walk him, bloody him, break him down. Norman might want to use the same system. But then you will ask the question, but if you were not able to do this, what system again would you conjure to have a win? And they had nothing to say. And that is how he fell off. He was knocked out. So Norman today, if Cuevas is able to push Norman back, he has a chance. But if he's unable to push Norman back, Norman stops him before the end of the fight. That is our prediction here. Our prediction is going to be a fight. The fight is going to go the distance. But if Norman do not push, is not able to push. If Cuevas is not able to push Norman back, he's going to be in danger. It's going to, because Norman is going to be on him like a rash. He will be like a rash all over his body. Swarms, because what it does is swarm in, swarm out. Doesn't allow you to, coordinate your line, coordinate your fight, coordinate your system. That is the system he uses. And for you to beat him, you have to upset that system. No doubt about that. If you cannot upset the system, we're talking to Cuevas. If Cuevas cannot upset the system that Norman normally uses, he loses this fight. And he might lose it on knockout. But what we're saying is that the fight is going to go the distance, no doubt about that. They're two tough guys. Only one blemish in the career of one blemish and one draw. The career of Cuevas, but Norman is unblemished. Norman is he has the age. He has the age. He has the advantage. Is he going to take it? That is the question, the $1 million question. And having said that, we said our prediction today for this fight, when it comes up on the 29th of March, is Norman to win by decision. But anything can happen in boxing. Styles make fight, as we say. And the style that Cuevas comes in with is going to be the determinant factor. Norman, we know, is an aggressive pressure fighter. Is he going to maintain it? Is he going to work for him? That is another question. That is $1 million question. But we will see on the day, on the 29th. These guys have systems. Body punches is vital. Certain angles is vital as well. Body punches is essential to sap up the energy from the legs and then put in the killer on the head. Uppercuts for both of them, essentially. But essentially for Cuevas, as soon as Normally the shorter guy is coming in, you know, blasting with uppercuts and hooks, and you know, we see what that body punches do to for fighters. We saw Kabayal and Zhang the other day, and if any of the boxers could make use of it, they will be on their way to a win, and that will progress, put them in, you know, move them up in the tables. Our time is done. Our time is over here, and then we say do have a nice day and God bless. And please do subscribe to the channel to make the channel grow. Help us make it grow. You know, do have a nice day and God bless. Peace. Mao.